What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in Forza Horizon 2 doing a little bit of a channel update and a little bit of an update on what's been going on lately, why there haven't been why there wasn't really that many videos over the course of the last weekend, and how my schedule will be coming back into what it usually is. Now, for this episode, we're going to be just kind of cruising around in the rain. I didn't plan this for being in the rain, but it looks like that's just how it turned out. In my Rocket Bunny GT86 or FRS. This is kind of a representation of where I want to go in the future with my car. The wheels are the only reason the wheels are white is because that's the way the design came, and I'm eventually going to make my own Rocket Bunny design, but I had this particular design, and I was like, I'm going to slap it on the car, see how it looks, and it looked really good. I like the wheels. I just want to change that specific color, because I'd rather have kind of like a gunmetal gray, but, just go ahead and set off, and the first thing I wanted to talk about is the whole reasoning behind why there wasn't that many videos at all this weekend. Or not this weekend, last weekend. Now, the whole deal with that was the fact that on Sunday, like all day Sunday, I was studying like crazy for a math test that I had earlier today. I'm recording this Monday night, and you guys are probably going to be seeing this on Tuesday, so yesterday for you guys. But anyway, damn it, wall. But yeah, there was a huge math test yesterday on Monday, and basically I spent all day Sunday preparing for it. The only reason why I had to do that was because I thought I was good to go for the test, and then I kind of gauged my skill a little bit and realized I wasn't good to go at all. So I pretty much put all of the time in on Sunday, and then dedicated Monday to basically taking the test. And the test didn't actually take that long. The test was like, I don't remember even how long it took me. It took me like maybe half an hour to do, but ended up doing decently well on it. Ended up passing it, so I was very happy about that. And my whole goal was like, I don't really care what I score as long as I pass, so that was the goal with that, and that's how it ended up happening, which I'm very, very grateful for. And the big thing about that is that since that class was in the morning, just the way my college schedule is set up, since that class was in the morning, I now have the kind of that part of my schedule back. Now that I've passed that test and the class is over, I've kind of got that part of my schedule back, and I can devote that back to what it was originally, which was making videos for you guys. So the schedule will become much more consistent from now on. And actually tomorrow on Wednesday, fall break actually starts as well, fall break from college. So be doing a ton of stuff during that time. I have a mountain run actually set up with 86 Atlanta. They're actually coming up to North Carolina, and we'll see how many of them actually come, but there'll be a video being done for that. And also, I don't know, for anybody that follows me on Instagram, I have a friend that has a Mustang page on Instagram, IG Mustangs. He'll be following along with the FRSs and BRZs on the mountain run. Now, he probably won't be able to keep up, but he'll be following us either way. But then again, I mean, it's not the best place for a Mustang, though. I mean, if you consider he's a straight line person. I'm the twisty road person. But where am I even going? I've lost an idea of where I'm even going right now. The setup on this car is a centrifugal supercharger with centrifugal supercharger, race intake, race exhaust, and let's see, I'm running 265s in the back and 255s up front. It's putting out about 265 horsepower. And it's really similar to kind of my ultimate goal with my car. The only difference is the fact that what I want to do on my car, my actual FRS, is a Innovate twin-screw supercharger, and they don't actually give you the option of a twin-screw supercharger in Horizon 2 for the GT86, which is kind of a letdown. But I mean, the thing is, nobody would really ever think of putting a twin-screw supercharger on the Boxer anyway, unless you're the guys from Innovate that actually put that supercharger together. But the big deal with that is the fact that imagine the responsiveness of a supercharger, the instant throttle response that you always have with that, combined with the already awesome throttle response of the FRS and BRZ, and then add into the mix that you're going to get that incredibly satisfying supercharger whine out of it too, and it provides a pretty enticing package, and that combined with Rocket Bunny is just, that's kind of the ultimate for me, because it's not, you know, it's not to where you're gonna blow up your motor or blow up your gearbox or anything like that. You're not trying to push the stock gearbox over like 350, 400 horsepower. That's pretty ridiculous to push the stock gearbox over, if you ask me, because there's been quite a few stories of people absolutely destroying their stock gearboxes in the FRS and BRZ with forced induction, just because they kind of went a little bit too far, in my opinion. But I mean, that's kind of a topic that you could discuss and discuss and discuss, because everybody's going to have different opinions on that. But I don't really want to go, I don't think I really want to go 100 more horsepower, or more than 100 more horsepower over stock. I feel like as long as I keep it just under or around 300, I feel like everything should be fine. I may have to, I don't know, that may require an upgraded clutch. I'm not sure. At that point, it might. But I know if you're above, like, 310, 320, you definitely require an upgraded clutch. But 250 probably won't require an upgraded clutch, although the thing is, it will make the stock clutch not last quite as long. And I kind of like the stock clutch. That's the thing. I like the stock clutch a lot. I know that some people are iffy about it, but I personally like it. I don't think there's anything wrong with the stock clutch. It might not be as stiff of a clutch as some other performance clutches out there, but it doesn't beat you up either. It doesn't, you know, make your leg hurt if you're sitting in traffic. And believe me, I've sat in traffic with the car and actually tested that out, and it's fine. It really is. The stock clutch is fine in traffic. Unless you have a really weak leg, you'll be fine. And that's the thing with a lot of performance clutches. You end up getting into a lot of situations where it's like, oh, the clutch doesn't feel that good, or it's way too stiff, or, I mean, yes, you find those really good ones sometimes that don't have that issue at all, but I really, 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 really like the stock clutch. That's why I kind of wanted to avoid forced induction for a little while and kind of build the NA motor, but that's kind of down the road. The plan I'm kind of rolling around in my head right now is the Rocket Bunny kit, and oh my god, I see now that I'm thinking about it. That's like, it's kind of coming out in this little endless debate that I have with myself kind of all the time as to whether I really want to do it or not. And I've talked to a shop a little bit about installing the kit, and I plan on doing the coilovers before I install the kit, obviously. Getting the coilovers and the suspension sorted before the kit. Oh god, I don't know where I'm going. But getting the suspension sorted before the kit even touches the car, and I also want to make sure that I have the wheels in order before that kit goes on, because, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys have seen what a FRS with a Rocket Bunny kit and stock wheels looks like, but it's not very nice. No. Just no. Look up a picture of a Rocket Bunny kitted FRS or BRZ with the stock wheels, and it's like the wheels aren't even there. They're sucked in so far, it looks like they're not even there. But as it looks right now, it would either have to be, depending on what wheel I go with, I would have to either run spacers, or if it was a really deep wheel, I may not have to, like a deep concave wheel, especially in the back. I may not have to. I may have to run a little spacer, but it depends. I really like the Enkei RS05RR wheels, but as far as I know, you have to run pretty big spacers to make those fit properly with the kit. I don't know. I'll look again and check because I'm not totally sure on that. But I know that Forge Star will Forge Star kind of makes they'll make their wheels to your specific offset, I believe. Really, Camaro? I'm always getting hit by these Camaro drivers. Just jealous. My handling and supreme balance. There we go. Almost lost it on that one. But as far as it goes, you guys can definitely tell I'm always kind of debating on what to do all the time. It's kind of a constant debate that I have with myself about, like, oh, do I want to run this type of part, or this type of part, or this combination of parts, or this kind of thing, that kind of thing. And until you get your car built, I mean, I did this endlessly when I was trying to pick an exhaust. Before I went with the Tomei 60R, I was considering the Tomei 80R, I was considering the NVIDIA N1, I was considering the HKS High Power, I was considering a ton of exhaust systems. I spent hours literally just crawling all over YouTube, looking at FRS exhaust videos. I even thought about at one point just having the muffler literally just cut out of the stock exhaust. I considered it, and it really wasn't stock exhaust to begin with. My car, from the dealer, was fitted with the Borla. I believe it's like an axle back. It's like a Borla dealer installed axle back, and it's like a tiny bit louder than stock, but not really by that much. So I'm really glad I went with the exhaust I went with in the end, the 60R, because it sounds great and it backfires and burbles like crazy. It actually does it does a lot more than the 80 does as well, the Tomei 80. And I said the 80R earlier, didn't I? I meant the 80. Oh, God! I saw him earlier. He's a lunatic. Not really. But, I actually drove a friend's FRS recently, and he had the Tomei Type 80 on his car, and the only difference between my car and his car as far as the exhaust setup goes was my car just has the 60R catback. His car had a Type 80, and he also had headers. Now, the headers definitely, combined with the Type 80, made it a little bit louder than my car, but if it was just a stock system with nothing but the Type 60R versus a stock system with nothing but the Type 80, the Type 60R would be a little bit louder. The only reason, like I said, why his was louder was because he had upgraded headers, and I believe they weren't catless. They had high-flow cats, and his car had a tune as well on it, so the throttle response was different. It was a little touchier than it is in my car. I mean, it's something you'd have to get used to. I feel like you'd get used to it after a while. And then he had also deleted the clutch return spring. Ow, Audi! Damn. I'm not here, am I? Not in that guy's view anyway. But he also deleted the clutch return spring, which I had to get used to at first when I was driving it, because for anybody that's never driven an FRS or BRZ, they come stock with up underneath the clutch pedal, not really the clutch pedal, but the pedal, like the arm of the pedal. There's a little spring that basically makes the clutch pedal return a little bit easier, and it makes it's supposed to make the clutch easier, pretty much. And a lot of people have actually deleted that spring because they find the clutch to be actually easier without it, and they find it to be more predictable as well. I only drove his car for a little while, so I would have to drive it more, or drive drive another FRS or BRZ that didn't have that spring in it to actually make a decision about that. But I mean, I'm perfectly happy with the way it feels with the return spring still in it. Although it did feel interesting without it, I'd have to spend more time with it before I would take that spring out, because you can't really put it back in. I mean, you can. Let me rephrase that. You can put it back in, but it's, from what I've heard, very time-consuming and very annoying. A very time-consuming, very annoying process. So I'm not really interested in going through that if I end up not liking it. So I'd have to drive a car that had it deleted for probably like an hour or so just to see if I actually liked it or not, but I keep ending up at this particular roundabout just because I want to keep going sideways around it. It just kind of seems to be a theme with me here, and why have I not been in first person? I don't know. I like being in first person a lot. I've just kind of got carried away with conversation and just stayed in third person, but first person is a sweet view as well, and right between the... Aw, I took it out. Never mind. But yeah, first person is a sweet view as well. I mean, that's the actual view when you're driving the car. Speaking of first person, sometime soon I plan on getting a GoPro head mount strap so I can actually give you guys a POV drive, or more than one POV drive video of actually driving my car, so you guys can kind of get that that driving experience kind of conveyed over a video, so you guys can actually see my view when I'm driving. And that should be a pretty cool video to film because... Oh, God! I saw the Ferrari. I didn't see the McLaren at all. I saw the Ferrari, but not the McLaren. The McLaren was, like, way hidden. But that first-person GoPro video, that'll be a fun video to film, and I initiated that way too damn late. But it'll be a really fun video to film because it's kind of like just that natural point of view, that natural perspective that you can't really get anywhere else. I mean, you can if you use those, like, POV sunglasses things. Like, I don't know what they're called. I forgot what they're called. I'll look them up, though, because they look interesting. They're called, what are they called? Pivot heads. That's what they're called, pivot heads. I feel like I should probably investigate pivot heads for POV, like first-person view stuff. But at the same time, I feel like I should do the GoPro as well. I'm not sure. The GoPro you can do a little bit more with, since you've got the whole, like, waterproof case and everything. And, ooh, what do I get? I saw that big pile of credits. Give me that. Aww. Aww, you teased me with the big pile of credits and then gave me 14,000. Thanks. Thanks, Forza. Come on. Nah. Almost there, almost there, almost there. And... What? No. Oh, there it is. And boom. It's just kind of eh. But then again, this car is not really built for speed traps or speed zones or anything like that. But I feel like that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this little channel update. It was meant to be, like, literally just that. A video where I just cruised around and talked to you guys. Just directly talked to you guys and really let you know a lot about what was going on. Because there are some questions that I was getting on Instagram and Facebook and here on YouTube as well, as far as whether or not the schedule was coming back to normal. And yes, it is. You guys can count on me to do that. And we're going to go ahead and actually finish this off by challenging this Pro Drivatar and demolishing him. Alright, let's do this. The BMW X5M is no match for the supercharged Rocket Bunny FRS. Oh, jeez! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, you're a crafty one, aren't you? You're trying to lead me into traffic. I see what you're doing. Oh, jeez. Wasn't the best corner to cut. If this was a rally, the navigator would have said don't cut, because if I was the navigator, I would have said don't cut after realizing how bad that corner was if you cut it. Damn, he's quicker than I thought. Ow, jeez. What are you doing? Alright, later. Have fun in, yeah, have fun in the back. Have fun in last place. I almost said have fun in second place, but... Second place, oh, don't you even think about, oh my god, he did. He did. Oh god, I did not realize that that was going to be coming up! Ah! Come on! I turned off cosmetic damage, so I'm immune to damage while he has to sit there and get damage. That's hilarious. It's brilliant, though. Love the balance of this car. It's so good. It's so good, and it works so well, too. for pretty much whatever purpose as well. Like, wider, bigger wheels, wider tires, more grip, it's got the balance for it. Or even smaller tires and less grip, or skinnier tires and less grip, it's got the chassis to deal with that too. That it's perfectly willing to either grip or drift. It's the... Oh, no! Oh, God. I've done it wrong. I've absolutely done it wrong. This way. Ow. I don't know where he is, but I'm going to trust that he's not, like, right behind me or anything. Come on, then. Nearly there. I don't even see him. He must have gotten hung up or crashed or something. Kick it sideways. Oh, wow, he's all the way back there. Oh, perfect. And across the line. Oh, yes.
Before you challenge them. Higher difficulty ratings mean bigger payouts.
And that has absolutely gone well. But if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.